200 twice, or 40,000, are completely and absolutely twice dead in a moral sense. First, as not having yet been regenerated, and secondly, as having fallen from a state of grace. These are spots in your feasts of charity, when they feast with you, feeding themselves without fear. Clouds they are without water, carried about of winds, trees whose fruit withereth, without fruit, twice dead, plucked up by the roots, raging waves of the sea, foaming out their own shame, wandering stars to whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. YHWH declares, Thou art dead here below, and thou shalt have no part in the life to come. No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve God and mammon. The riches which are opposed to Yahweh, hear this through, hear to the end, hear with care, and hear fully as a judge trying a case. Attend to and consider what has been said, to understand. Perceive what is announced in your presence from the mouth of the teacher, which is what has been taught me in secret. Become acquainted with Christ through this apostolic teaching, from attendance on its public reading. Give ear to the teaching, comprehend and understand. Unless you hear the voice of Christ with your own ears, perceive his voice in the instruction of his messenger. Give ear, hearken, yield and obey. Listen and have regard to God, answering the prayers of men through this poetic personification. Perceive the distinct words of his voice. Yield obedience to his voice. Perceive in your soul the inward communication of Yahweh, and be taught by God, for the simple are taught by the devil. I have many things to say and judge of you, but he that sent me is true, and I speak to the world those things which I have heard of him. But now ye seek to kill me, a man that hath told you the truth which I heard of God. This did not Abraham. I speak that which I have seen with my father, and ye do that which ye have seen with your father. For this sake I am one who executes the commands of the master. I am a servant, attendant, and minister of the king, one who advances my master's interests, even at the sacrifice of my own. I am one who does what promotes the welfare and prosperity of the church. Now I rejoice in my sufferings for you, and fill up that which is behind of the afflictions of Christ in my flesh for his body's sake, which is the church. I am one of those whom Yahweh carries on his administration on earth as a magistrate, one who has been given power and governing authority. YHWH declares, Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God, the powers that be ordained of Yahweh. Whosoever therefore resists the power resisteth the ordinance of God, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Wilt thou not be afraid of the power? Do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. For he is the minister of Yahweh to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid, for he beareth not the sword in vain. For he is the minister of God, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doth evil. I am a teacher of the Christian religion in the cause of the Lord. YHWH declares, If any man serve me, let him follow me, and where I am, there shall also my servant be. If any man serve me, him will my Father honor. I am Christ's follower, his minister, who is persecuted, made to flee and put to flight. Although they run swiftly in order to catch me, I press on to reach the goal. Though they pursue in a hostile manner to harass, trouble, molest, and persecute me, that I may be mistreated, they run after me with hostility, pursuing me eagerly in a zealous endeavor through fraudulent schemes and illegitimate enterprise in an attempt to locate and capture the minister and servant of the King. But only timid and fearful Christians, through cowardice, give way under persecutions and apostatize, abandoning their religious faith. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? YHWH shall send us up as plants yielding fruit. He shall deliver us like giving birth. He shall hand us over, carrying us to our destination, to release and rescue us from captivity and harm. He shall perform what was promised. He shall give you a gift, to grant what you have been asking, to supply and furnish you with necessary things, to pay wages and give rewards. He shall cause the dead to come forth, to hand out lots, and to appoint us to an office. The vineyard shall be cultivated, and we shall be furnished and endued with strength, faculty, intelligence, and power. These are the things from heaven. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him who overcomes, to him I will give to eat of the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone, and a new name written on the stone, which no one knows but he who receives it. He will commission and grant authority and power to perform certain duties. We shall be given rank and powers conferred by Yahweh. By measure, the portion due shall be poured into your bosom, and he shall put a ring on your hand, delivering you into his power. Put this into your mind, fasten it upon thy heart. We shall go into that place and remain there until he brings peace to be on earth. He shall render to all the reward of their deeds. YHWH declares, I have set before thee an open door which leads into the midst of heaven. Go in, enter the temple, go approved by Yahweh. We shall go flying into a hollow thing in which objects can be hidden, into the house of Yahweh among the multitude. We are entering into that time, into that season. YHWH declares, and I will give power unto my 2 witnesses, and they shall prophesy 1,260 days, clothed in sackcloth. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over waters to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. And the beast that thou sawest was and is not, and shall ascend out of the bottomless pit, and go into perdition. And they that dwell on the earth shall wonder, whose names were not written in the book of life from the foundation of the world, when they behold the beast that was and is not, yet is.